Okay, I want to talk about the power of compounding with P3D proof of weak hands. Currently, as of today or this morning when I did the numbers, we're compounding at a 0.46% right this very moment per day, almost a 0.5% per day. And I don't think, I see that a lot of people are selling, and there's only two reasons to sell. There's one main reason to sell. The one main reason to sell is you don't believe in the future of the project. If you don't believe in the future of the project, then that's a good time to sell. I would argue, some people say that they sell to take profits, and that's okay. I mean, I'm not ever going to tell someone not to take profits. But I would argue that if you believe in the long-term viability of proof of weak hands and P3D, that I want to illustrate why I don't think that it's a good idea to sell the actual P3D tokens. And I'm going to make that case here. Again, if you have an emergency coming up and you have to sell, you can never be upset that someone took profits. But this is why I think that it's better not to sell the tokens ever, as long as you believe in the viability of the project long term. First, let's start with this video that explains compound interest, because I think most people don't understand this, or they don't understand the power of it. Now, this is going to show you an example with banking. P3D puts this on freaking steroids. But let's just first watch this 2-minute video.
Compound interest is the interest an investor earns on his original investment, plus all the interest earned on the interest that has accumulated over time.
Okay, this is important. Plus all the interest earned on the interest that has accumulated over time. It's like this little magic money. You didn't actually make the money that you earned the interest on in the second phase, plus all the interest earned on the previous interest that has accumulated over time.
It is easier to think of compound interest as interest on interest. To understand compound interest, let's first look at simple interest, the interest earned on the original principal only. Suppose you deposit $10,000 into a high-interest savings account at a 5% simple interest rate for 3 years.
No, a simple interest rate, in case you don't know what that means, it just means a flat 5% per year. 5% per year. And this is what some money market accounts and stuff like that in the past have earned. That's only earning 5% off the entire year.
The interest you earn each year is 5% times $10,000, which equals $500, for a total of $1,500 of interest at the end of year 3.
Okay, I want to keep pointing this out because they're saying at the end of each year. There's a huge distinction here in a moment, because compound interest works for you and it can work against you. So this is 500 one year, 500 the next year, 500 the next year.
$500 plus 500 plus 500. Now instead, suppose that you deposit the same $10,000 at 5% interest compounded annually. In year 1, the interest you earn is the same, $500. But in year 2, the interest you earn is 5% times $10,500, the original amount plus the interest you earned in year 1. So the second year's interest is $525. In year 3, you earn 5% interest on $11,025. $10,000 plus 500, year 1 interest, plus 525, year 2 interest, for an interest payment of $551.25. In total, you earn $1,576.25 in interest over 3 years with compounding interest versus $1,500 with simple interest, a difference of $76.25.
I want to back that up a little bit. The magic here is the $76.25. That was the compounding difference. Now, it's important to understand that this difference here, they're going to demonstrate that it grows bigger over time, but it's important that you understand why it grows bigger, because now you're compounding this. And it just keeps compounding on itself and compounding and compounding.
The effect of compounding becomes especially powerful over longer time periods as the amount of earned interest becomes larger and larger.
So the amount of earned interest,
larger and larger.
Meaning that $75, eventually that gets compounded and that gets compounded. And it's the interest on interest that continues to get compounding. So eventually you're earning interest on interest on interest on interest. And that is far more important than the amount of money that you're investing, is the rate of compounding in a safe environment. Now, You may think P3D is not safe at all and it's going to, hit the skids, and that's totally okay. That's fine, and I can see why you would think that. But with proof of weak hands 3D, we're talking about 0.5% a day. They're talking about 5% a year. We're talking about earning that 5% in simple interest in a matter of 10 days, but we actually earn it faster because we're compounding. But let's just count tokens, because it's easier to figure out how many tokens we have and convert the token to the current token value. But let's just say, for example, you start with 1,000 tokens, just to try to give round numbers here. 1,000 tokens, and you never ever reinvest it, so therefore you don't ever earn the compound interest at all. You earn the 0.46% today, and you withdraw every single day. Your whole goal is to get that money back as fast as possible, and just basically earn the free money for an entire year. This is a simple interest, so there's no reinvestment at all. How much would that grow to? So notice the principal stays the same because you never reinvest it. In 1 year, a year from now, you would still have the original $1,000 or 1,000 P3D, but you've also gotten 1,600 more P3D, 1,679. So whatever the token value is selling at that point, but you still have, so you have a total, you would have had a total of 2,600 total. You get your 1,000 plus what's been, that's your principal, your original 1,000 tokens, plus you've earned a total all year of another 1,679. As you can see, that's far better than 5%. But let's see what that compounds. Don't forget this number right here and right here. 2,679 if you added them together. 2,679 tokens. Let me just write that down. 2,679 tokens. So now let's just assume that we compound at 100%. So we don't pull anything out, we just keep buying more tokens, 100% more tokens with it. That's 100% compound, 365 days a week at the current interest yield that we're able to get at 0.46% today. And it drives to, so we went from 2,679 tokens to now there's 5,339 tokens. That is a significant difference. Now you haven't pulled anything out. You're like, but Jackie, I want to get money out. Well, at 5,000 tokens, 5,339, if you then were to start pulling it out, you're going to be pulling out basically 24 tokens a day, 24 tokens a day, 24 tokens a day. That's a big difference than just pulling out 4 tokens a day, which we were doing previously. You could always compound, you could always, reinvest half and pull out half. But that's a 24 tokens versus 4 tokens. If you were using that for daily income, of course that depends on the token price. We're making a lot of assumptions. These are just projections. This isn't, this is just to illustrate compound interest for you. You're not waiting for compound interest for a year. You're talking about, being able to make compound interest every single day. Every single day. Every single day. Now let's just see what would happen if you had 1,000 tokens. And let's just say every other day you reinvested, every other day you just withdrew. So the easiest way to do this is 50-50. 50% reinvest. And you can do that, pull out 50% every day, reinvest 50% every day. It would come out very similar. So at that point, you would end up with 3,600 tokens, of which 1,300 you've pulled out. You're getting out about 5 a day, and look, you're giving yourself a little raise every single day. These aren't cents; these are fractions of P3D tokens. You're giving yourself a little raise but you're still growing this here, this main number here as well, that you can earn rewards off of. I think people are just missing because of the price movement in the token, and I think that people get so caught up in feeling they're losing something. But I would give you something else to think about. People are like, several people in the past few weeks, they saw a big, like a 400% increase in their token value, so they cashed out for profits. And that's not a bad thing, but the question is, what are you going to do long term? Because when you cash out, it makes it very difficult to re-enter. So for example, let's just say you have $1,000 in tokens. Well, if the price goes up and the tokens become more valuable, and all of a sudden the same tokens are worth $4,000, it's very easy to think, I made $3,000. Like that's very easy to think. And on $1,000, let's just say, I don't know, well, 0.46%, it would currently be on $1,000 worth of tokens. $1% would be 10, is that right? Yep. So about 4 tokens. So here, at today's numbers, you'd be earning about 4 tokens a day. I'm sorry, about $4. Is that right? $1,000. This is going to be easier to show in token value. It's going to be easier to show in token value. So let's just say, sorry, never mind. I'll change that. It's going to be easier to show in dollars. Lord have mercy. So, and 1% would be $10. You're getting about $4 in tokens. I don't know what the token price would be, because that's important. Right now, the token price is, let's see, calculator. Currently, the token price as of this morning, when I calculated it, I want to say it was $13. I want to say it was $13.88, if I remember correctly. So $4 would be approximately just over a third of a token. Let's just keep it simple. We'll say it's a third of a token. So this doesn't matter. So right here, you'd be getting, on $1,000 worth of tokens, you'd be getting 1/3 of a token, so 0.3 of a token, which is about $4, equal to $4. So this is per token, currently equal to about $4. Okay, we're just rounding, but this is in today's pricing. What happens is you go from $1,000 in value to $4,000 in value, and you decide, I want to sell. I've did this really fast. Well, that's awesome. But when you sell, you're going to lose 10% right off the bat. First of all, if you enter in $1,000, you lose 10% anyway. That's how it works. So you're down to $900. But let's just not go there. We'll leave that alone. Keep it conservative. You go to $4,000, you got to pull out. Well, when you go to pull out, it's going to cost you 10%. So all of a sudden, that's going to be $400. So you get to keep $3,600. And you lose any daily income that was coming in. Because if the token value quadrupled, this would quadruple. Now you're getting $12 a day. So you're going to lose a $12 a day income, daily income, which, by the way, over the course of 30 days, already just in 30 days, what's that? $360? So just in the course of 30 days, I mean, you're going to lose a $360 a month, basically passive income. You were getting $4 a day here. You got $12 a day here. You got a raise already. You got a huge raise in your daily passive income of 300% right here. But when you sell, you take a hit of $3,600. So the price has got to fall 20%, which means the actual token contract has to fall a lot more than the amount in the contract has to fall a lot more than that. But the actual token price has to fall by 20%. And if you understand the math on P3D, it's actually hard for the token price to move the way they create tokens. The whole design of P3D is to keep the price relatively stable. When you buy into P3D, tokens are created. When you sell, a certain amount of percentage of tokens are burned. It's designed, it's in the smart contract, it's designed to be able to create some price stability in the token price. So you're going to profit, you're going to pull out $3,600, which is awesome. You made it really fast. You got 400% on your money or 360% on your money, but you're going to be taxed because you sold the tokens. You're going to be taxed on this amount right here, just say 30%. So what does that end up being? 3,600 times 30%. So you're going to lose another 1,080. So now you get to keep $2,500. This is what you're left with. And you no longer have your daily income. Now, if you need that $2,500 for something, then obviously pull it out. But I don't think people think about what they're losing. You're losing the $12. Well, if the price goes down, the $12 is going to shrink. Yes, but it just keeps coming, and you're buying more tokens. The fact that you're buying more tokens every single day, every single week, every single month, just from dividends helps cushion and helps this number grow even as the price goes down. So you would net $2,500, and that would be it. The reality is, at $12 a day, if the price stabilized here, hypothetically, at $360, what? $360 a month for 5 months? Let's figure this out. Divided by 360. Oh. 2,500. In 6 to 7 months, you could already have that $2,500 out just in dividend payments if you wanted. If that's right. Times, just confirm. Yep. Yep, okay. So within 6 to 7 months, you could already pull out that $2,500 if you wanted to, if you didn't have to have it right away. And you would still have your original tokens over here earning daily interest, potentially going up in value if you believe in the future of the contract. Now you're like, okay, but Jackie, I want this money, but I can always re-enter. Yeah, you can always re-enter, but you've got to wait for token price to drop so you can buy the same number of tokens, not for 4,000, but for 2,500. And in the time period that you're waiting for that to drop, the price never just goes straight down. The price never just goes straight down or straight up. It does either this, and you're like, well, I can buy in here. Yeah, but you miss out on all these dividends from the trading volume. And you miss out on the time of the compounding. So not only did you miss out on the dividends, you miss out on the compounding. And I think it's the compounding feature that people don't realize that they're missing out on. Again, if you don't believe in the future of P3D, then that's when you want to sell out. If you think for some reason it looks negative or whatever and it's going to be really bad, but if you think it's going to turn around, that's when you want to not sell or not sell everything. Again, it's missing out on the time of compounding. That's a big part of the issue that I think people seem to miss out on. And what if the price doesn't come down to your level? What if it comes down to here and then it goes way up here? I mean, you just miss out on all this. And when you go to buy in, you're buying in a higher market. You're buying in for less tokens. I mean, you've lost all of this earning potential, potentially. And it gets emotional and it's active. When you've just got dividends coming in, it's totally passive earnings every single day. And at the current price levels of the token, it's 0.46% in Ethereum today, 0.46%, almost 0.5% per day, I hope this brings a little bit of clarity. I think there's a lot of people in the community that are missing this. They're not even thinking about this. They're definitely not thinking about, they're not clearly understanding the power of compounding is what I'm seeing. The other thing that people are missing out on is they're not understanding how the tax liability can hit you later. The tax liability can be absolutely brutal as well and cut into your wealth plan as you're trying to grow wealth and gain wealth. Thank you so much for watching. Any questions or comments, please put them below and make it an awesome day. We're on this journey together, and you don't have to agree with everything that I say, but hopefully it brings a perspective for you to think about along the way. Thank you for watching.